Hello and welcome to 7 Days. I'm Zack Yusof here with a quick look back at some of the top stories from the last week. Gunfire erupted at a holiday party at a social services agency in San Bernardino, California on Wednesday, leaving 14 people dead and wounding 14 others, sparking an intense manhunt for up to 3 suspects. The shooting rampage, about 60 miles or 100 kilometers east of Los Angeles, marked the deadliest U.S. gun violence since the massacre at Sandy Hook Elementary School in Newtown, Connecticut back in December 2012, in which 27 people, including the gunman, were killed. San Bernardino Police Chief Jared Bergwan said in a televised news briefing that the suspects fled the building and were believed to have made their getaway in a dark-colored sport utility vehicle. With as many as 3 gunmen at large, authorities ordered a security lockdown of all local schools, as well as city and county buildings, and area hospitals were placed on alert, according to Bergwan. Bergwan also added that he knew no possible motive behind the attack, which unfolded at about 11 a.m. at the Inland Regional Center in San Bernardino. He also said the suspects were armed with rifles. Hours later, a man and woman suspected of taking part in the shooting died in a shootout with police, authorities reported. One police officer was injured in a gunfight with the 2 suspects, who were confronted in their getaway vehicle after fleeing the scene of the shooting. Authorities also detained an individual seen running away from the vehicle, but investigators were not immediately sure that person was involved in the case. The Los Angeles Times, citing information from a senior federal official who was monitoring the case, reported that investigators believe one of the shooters left the party after getting into an argument and returned with 1 or 2 armed companions. Tragic stuff, really. Okay, moving along, British fighter jets took off from RAF Akrotiri in Cyprus early on Thursday, shortly after Britain's parliament voted to bomb Islamic State targets in Syria. RAF Akrotiri has been used as a launch pad for attacks on Islamic State targets in Iraq for just over a year, and late on Wednesday, Britain's parliament broadened its scope for targets within Syria. After more than 10 hours of tense debate, British lawmakers voted in favour of the airstrikes by 397 to 223. Cyprus, which lies about 100 kilometres or 60 miles away from Syria, is the closest European Union member state to the turmoil in the Middle East. On the local front, the controversial new Security Council bill was passed in Parliament after a marathon debate on Thursday, which saw vociferous protests by the opposition as well as civil society groups against what they claim is a draconian and oppressive law that would grant wide-ranging powers to the Prime Minister. The House passed the bill on a voice vote after the opposition failed to stop the bill at the policy stage debate in a block vote, with 107 voting for and 74 against the bill. Now, amongst the wide-ranging powers afforded to the Prime Minister by the bill is the power to take command of the country's security forces and impose emergency-like conditions without the King's consent. The bill also gives security forces the right to search or arrest without warrant any individual found committing, alleged to have committed, or reasonably suspected of having committed any offence under written laws in the security area. The bill also seeks to empower security forces to arrest without warrant and take action against those who do not abide by an evacuation order from a security area, and also carry out searches of any vehicle or premise within the security area without a warrant. Wow, truly scary times indeed. Well, here's hoping that Malaysia does not create a situation similar to that in Zimbabwe during the long-standing and ultimately flawed Mugabe regime. Moving along, 8 International Federation of Association Football, or FIFA officials, have pleaded guilty to corruption charges and have agreed to pay penalties for their parts in the scandal that has rocked soccer's top governing body, U.S. Attorney General Loretta Lynch announced on Thursday at a press conference in Washington, D.C. Lynch said the accused were heavily involved in the alleged corruption within FIFA for several decades. So far, 41 individuals and entities have been accused of involvement in the scandal, but only 8 have admitted their crimes thus far. The 8 have also agreed to pay penalties of $40 million in total. And finally, Nicaragua's massive Momotombo volcano erupted for the very first time in over a century, spewing lava and sending plumes of smoke high into the sky. Located in the rural El Papalono region of the country, residents began noticing streams of smoke coming from Momotombo. Then on Monday night, incandescent volcanic debris and lava was reported to be cascading down its slopes. With a steady steam plume still visible days on, and ash reported over local communities, the Red Cross has arrived in the rural area to test that water in wells is still drinkable. Now, up to 1905, Momotombo was one of Nicaragua's most active volcanoes. Back in 1605, a major eruption destroyed the then capital of this region, Leon Vallejo. Wow, amazing stuff. Okay, so until next time, have yourself a great week.